but the miracle, it will disappear.
You know, I feel bad for that guy. He was trying to social distance in his tutu and then ended up in a vat of the Rona. Fucked up. You know, Shella, it is not your responsibility to explain why a grown man does what the fuck he does. Just say, hey, you know, the dude is a fucking narcissist. What do you want me to do about it? I didn't put him in office. I didn't vote for him. I never supported him.
Yeah. I just know America. I just also know that, you know, we have a culture like code of personality here. Like people, you know, you show that you have a good brand. You know, that's what matters. The entrepreneur, the myth of the entrepreneur, that also the facade of it. You know, it's like videos of people talking about being an entrepreneur. You know, we're not sure what they're selling or what business they have. And Trump kind of like is like the epiphany of that kind of weird world on like steroids. You know, that's a lot of people see that as kind of American thing to be, you know. So that's kind of perspective of Trump a lot of times, because remember he was an apprentice. NBC supported his shitty ass show. You're fired, you know. Now he's getting fired.
And it's weird, like they made like a whole bunch of different versions of that show.
Yeah.
And I think like one of those shows that were kind of made in that vein, Jack Ma was supposed to be co-hosting it in Africa, and then he kind of like the Chinese government, I don't know, made him disappear or some shit.
Alibaba?
And then he wasn't on the show no more. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So I want to show this like a quick breakdown here, because everyone's kind of hopefully people are not using this argument anymore. I don't think so, but people kept saying, "Oh, like the flu kills people too." Like the flu. Hopefully, right now, people are not saying that anymore, because like about to be 400,000 people dead. So
yeah, like how many times have you seen the? How many times have you had 400,000 Americans killed by the seasonal flu? Never.
So this is good. This is Johns Hopkins, which has been kind of like on the cutting edge of the research in COVID-19, like in the early days, and still now.
That's
like,
not true, Messiah. You know that's not true. There's this guy on YouTube
I
saw. Like
sometimes
that dude,
I take a shit at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I watch it sometimes. So
yeah, that guy on YouTube,
yeah,
he knows more than these people at Johns Hopkins, man.
And he talks in his car sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
with the fucking visor, you know, the fucking Bell and Howell fucking fake ass military glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we get our research about COVID-19. So rather than like, you know, read things from Johns Hopkins or whatever, you know. So first thing, what will you say to someone who insists to you that COVID-19 is just a flu? So like you said, Dr. Regis, since December 2019, COVID has killed more people in the U.S. than influence has in the last 5 years. So that will shut someone up about that. So
no, it won't. You can't possibly be that fucking stupid.
Yeah, so hopefully but that's the first wave of attack. That's the first wave of attack. It's like, what will you say to someone who insists that COVID-19 is just the flu? You just tell them, you know, COVID-19 already killed more people than the flu than the last 5 years of the flu. And then the next thing a lot of people say is like, oh, so are people more susceptible to COVID-19 or the flu? Like, which one is more, you know, which one can you get more easier?
The regular flu, right? I think the flu transmits pretty easily.
So Johns Hopkins says that many more people are susceptible to COVID-19 because there's very little pre-existing immunity to the virus that causes SARS-CoV.
But the spreading, that's what I meant. Like the spreading of the flu is probably going to be easier because you know the COVID is like in droplets.
Yeah,
the fucking flu is in the air. Like it doesn't even need droplets.
Yeah,
so it's probably more transmissible. But you know, your body has never seen anything like it before. Again, I must say again, novel is the key word, because the regular flu is also a coronavirus. But the operative term here, the AOL keyword, yes, blast in the past. I am that old. See the beard? Yep. AOL keyword, novel. Your body's never seen it before. It doesn't know how it's attacking. It doesn't know exactly what to do. So it does either not enough or too much.
Wait, I got
that's how people are being more susceptible, even though the regular flu is more transmissible.
Well, you got Shayla. Shayla is like bragging about her healthcare in Mexico. She's saying that we both had COVID in Mexico and it was great. Like, imagine how horrible the pandemic is. That it's better to get sick somewhere else. You know, we got meds brought to us. All the meds are cheap here. Docs came to your house for 400 pesos, around $20. So apparently, they got COVID and couldn't go to the hospital in California, but were able to get help in Mexico. That shows you a lot about our healthcare system in the United States. Shout out to Sheila for telling that story on Facebook. So the next line of defense, a lot of people get this question. If infected, which has the high rate of severe disease and mortality? How much higher? Then once again, COVID-19 has a high severe disease mortality rate, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely the Rona.
Then except for children under the age of 12, which is like a blessing right now. Because these kids can't wear their mask for 5 minutes. So
they're trading their masks. Like, wow, you got the
mask. Mommy, you have 3 new masks now.
The bully fucking beat up the kid for his mask, comes home without the mask. Yo, what happened to your mask? The school bully took it. And then the kid coughs in your face. The whole in-person school thing is so fucking stupid. Holy shit.
Like children should be together or shouldn't?
No, they shouldn't. Like, I don't know why they just keep trying to force that shit. Like, I get it. Because a lot of these new age parents don't want to be around their kids. I fucking get it.
No, because kids have to be social. Kids have to see each other. You know, that's like the important part of your life. Of kids,
I want a Squirtle mask.
Kids being around each other, like their germs and like, you know, picking on each other, you know, picking on the boogers. That's what kids do, right? You know, so become more social beings. They can't become social beings over Zoom. You know, it's just like. That's what I think a lot of parents are worried about. But at the same time, the schools, the government is not giving any kind of like help or anything. So, you know, good luck with that. Unless you got a bunch of money.
Yeah, so, I think Sheila might have a point about this country being more of a third world country when it comes to medicine. You can say that we are a third world country, but we have first world capacity that's behind the paywall.
Yeah. Because remember, one thing that we had remember that shortage we had of masks in the beginning? You couldn't find a mask anywhere. Now you can find a mask under your foot by accident now. It's just masks everywhere now. So that's the thing. We can get the stuff. It's just a matter of, it's like, it just felt like we were crippled on purpose. It was so weird. So another issue is a lot of people ask about, I want to get to the one here. So is it possible to contract the COVID-19 and the flu at the same time? So this is the most horrible question ever, but it's good to ask anyway, because it might be a new horror movie. So there are very few reports of one person being affected with both viruses, but we knew that COVID-19 has been spreading and influenza has not been detected. So it's still not clear how big of a risk a cold infection would pose. So there's very little influenza in the southern hemisphere's winter. So this talks how in the U.S. we aren't controlling COVID well enough with public health interventions, so that may open the door for the spread of influenza. So the United States may have like multiple strains of COVID-19 and people getting sick with the flu and COVID-19 at the same time. We might be seeing that in the United States. So this is why I want to bring this article up, just to make this point that this is how terrible our public health management, that we're probably going to see someone sick with the flu and COVID-19.
I mean, but I guess if you have droplets in the air and you have an airborne and a droplet-borne virus, I don't know if you can blame the government for it being in the air.
No, I mean, the
fact for having it go so long that they now can interact with each other.
Yeah,
I'll give the government blame for that.
Yeah, COVID-19 has been so mismanaged that people are getting sick with dual co-infections now. So, and we have multiple strains. So this is a really cool article if you have a family member. That's the thing. I want to show this thing because this is been contentious with a lot of people. A lot of people bring this up when it comes to saying COVID-19 is fake, and rather than shut someone down who thinks the flu is worse than COVID-19, just have some facts ready, some quick things ready to talk about it and negotiate. But if that doesn't work, then I don't know. Hopefully they're wearing a mask. So that person you're talking to. So that's just a quick breakdown of that. It's also really boring if you wear a helmet. While you're talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you press a button on the side of the helmet and it acts like an intercom.
Yeah.
Or we can go with our original plan, which is nobody talk to me.
I mean, that video we showed, the droplets is going like barfing.
Yeah, that should look like what was the name of that Mortal Kombat character that did like the acid spit?
Was that Scorpio? Or was that like
no, that was a scorpion. He spits the fire.
He spits
but they had like this lizard guy that would like spit out like this green fire. I think it was Mortal Kombat 3.
Reptile,
thank you. Thank you, Nug Wrangler.
Thanks.
Like
good.
I look at all you guys as a bunch of fucking reptiles that if you talk to me, like my whole fucking face is just gonna chemical burn away.
But then but also here, Black Power Match, you had the videos of the military cameras of people wearing masks too, and that also looked terrible too. Even with the mask, it's kind of like if you're standing behind somebody, like the pretty much if you're it's just like just getting shotgun in the face with like droplets, from someone's mask.
And you are like infected yourself. It's like, damn, should I just stop breathing?